afternoon. This is Mrs. Comstock, and I am reading a book that Miss Hines and I chose for you. So, this is a true story, and I have to show you a map first of all so you know where this story happened. So, in Africa, here's my map, there is a very small country called Ghana, and it's on the western coast of Africa. So, our story takes place in the country of Ghana, which is in the continent of Africa. So the book I have for you today that we chose is called Emmanuel's Dream. And it says it is the true story of Emmanuel Afusu Yaboa. And if you notice, he's on a bicycle. And you might also notice that I only see one foot on a pedal. So I'm wondering, this book must have something to do with a bicycle, must have something to do with somebody's dream, and have something to do with somebody named Emmanuel. So my little blurb on the inside says, one person can change the world. In Ghana, West Africa, a baby boy was born. And it says, here is the inspiring true story of Emmanuel Afusu Yaboa, who cycled an incredible 400 miles across Ghana, only with one strong leg, to spread his powerful message: disability does not mean inability. 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 Must have something to do with unable to do something. So the book was written in 2015 by Lori Ann Thompson, and the art was by Sean Qualls. So, Emmanuel's Dream, the true story of Emmanuel Afusu Yaboa. And there's our title page picture. In Ghana, West Africa, a baby boy was born. 2 bright eyes blinked in the light. 2 healthy lungs let out a powerful cry. 2 tiny fists opened and closed. But only one strong leg kicked. And if you look at the illustration, you will see that this baby actually has 2 legs, but apparently only one of them is able to move. That's what I'm inferring. Most people thought he would be useless, or worse, a curse. His father left, never to return, but his mother had faith. Her name was Comfort, and she named her first child Emmanuel, meaning God is with us. And I can see they showed the father leaving, but there she is with the baby. As Emmanuel grew, Mama Comfort told him that he could have anything, but he would have to get it for himself. Oh, that kind of sounds mean, doesn't it? But she must have a reason for that. He learned to crawl and hop, to fetch water and climb coconut trees. He even shined shoes to earn money. So apparently she wants him to learn how to do things, not just to sit at home. Most kids with disabilities couldn't go to school. Disability. I am inferring that that means something to do with the fact that his leg doesn't work well. So that must be something he is unable to do, a disability. Still, Emmanuel's mother carried him there until one day she said, "You're too heavy." From then on, Emmanuel hopped to school and back 2 miles each way on one leg by himself. Can you imagine? Just to go to school, just to learn. At first, nobody would play with him. So Emmanuel saved his money and bought something that none of his classmates had, a brand new soccer ball. Of course he would share it if he could play too. Lunging and spinning on his crutches that his grandmother had found for him and kicking the ball with his good left foot, Emmanuel earned their respect. What a clever idea, to get to play with other kids if he has the soccer ball that nobody else has a good soccer ball. He'll let them use it as long as he can play. That was a very smart idea. His new friends sometimes used their lunch money to rent bikes. Wow, they had to rent bikes? Most of the children in that country must not have their own bike. It must be a poorer country. Would Emmanuel be able to join them? His friend Godwin pushed him fast so he could balance. Over and over again, Emmanuel fell hard, but finally he rode. Can you imagine trying to ride a bicycle with just one leg that works? The leg that pedaled would have to be really strong. When Emmanuel was 13, Mama Comfort got very sick. She could no longer sell vegetables at the market, and Emmanuel's sister and brother were too little to work. He would have to support them. At 13. Against his mother's wishes, I'm inferring that the mother has told him not to do what he's going to do. Emmanuel snuck out and boarded a midnight train to the bustling city of Akara, 150 miles away, alone. He didn't know it then, but it would be 2 years before he saw his family again. And you see Mama Comfort there? And she doesn't want him to leave, but he knows that somebody has to take care of the children, and so it's going to be him. Emmanuel arrived full of hope. There were so many people, but no one would hire him. Shopkeepers and restaurant owners told him to go out and beg like other disabled people did. So apparently, I'm inferring that nobody in the country of Ghana who is disabled could get a job? Emmanuel refused. Finally, a food stand owner offered him a job and a place to live. Food stand, something I don't think we see a lot in our area. Must be that they're selling prepared food outdoors, kind of like a taco truck. When Emmanuel wasn't serving drinks, he kept busy shining shoes. He earned money and sent it home. One morning when Emmanuel went to buy shoe shining supplies, the shopkeeper thought he was there to beg and scolded him. Insulted, Emmanuel slammed his money down on the counter. The shopkeeper apologized, but Emmanuel would never forget. I think Emmanuel must like to be thought of as able to do anything because he's able to leave home at 13 and get a job and send money home. When Mama Comfort grew sicker, Emmanuel went home to be with her. From her bed on Christmas Eve, she told her son, "Be respectful, take care of your family, don't ever beg, and don't give up." By the next morning, Emmanuel's beloved mother was dead. He was heartbroken, but he knew her last words had been a gift. He would honor them by showing everyone that being disabled does not mean being unable. It was a big dream, but But Emmanuel had a plan. She said, being disabled does not mean being unable. I'm inferring that she means that if something is wrong, that doesn't mean you can give up. You still have to try. And it says he has a plan. And let me go back to the cover where it says Emmanuel's dream. I wonder if that plan has something to do with a bicycle. Let's find out. Emmanuel had a sharp mind, a bold heart, and one strong leg. All he needed was a bike. And I'm going back to that part, remember, where his friends had to rent a bike? I don't imagine that bicycles are easy to get in the country of Ghana for poor children. So he needs a bike. At first, no one would help him. They thought his plan to bicycle around Ghana was impossible. Then Emmanuel wrote to the Challenged Athletes Foundation all the way in San Diego, California. So he wrote to somebody in the United States. They sent him a bike, plus a helmet, shorts, socks, and gloves. Wow. So it sounds like his dream is to bicycle all the way around the country of Ghana. And he only has one good leg. I wonder how he's going to do that. Emmanuel started training for the long ride. So he's going to practice first. He's going to get stronger. He persuaded the king of his region to give him a royal blessing. He went door to door asking for additional support. Finally, he hired a taxi to follow him with drinking water, a camera, and his best friends. Then Emmanuel tied his right leg to the bike's frame. So that way the right leg that doesn't work will not get in his way when he pedals. Okay. He jammed his left foot into a flip-flop attached to the pedal and rode. So this plan. Apparently, they don't have bicycle water cages. He has to have somebody carry water for him when he travels. Emmanuel pedaled through the bustling city of Accra. He pedaled through rainforests and rolling hills and across wide, muddy rivers. He pedaled past opium forest and plantain farms and through the market city of Kumasi. He pedaled as trucks roared past on the narrow highways and wild animals stalked his thoughts. He pedaled through vast grasslands and into the ancient city of Tamale. He rode up, down, across, and around his country, proudly wearing the colors of its flag on a shirt printed with the words, the Pozo, or the disabled person. He's not afraid to call himself that, but he's showing them, I think, what a disabled person can do. Did you notice how the women in that country are carrying food, baskets of laundry and food on their heads? Along the way, Emmanuel talked to those with physical challenges. Physical challenges must mean things that are wrong with either your arms or your legs. And he talked to those without, to poor farm workers and wealthy landowners, to religious leaders, government officials, and reporters. He wanted everyone to see him and his disability. He wanted everyone to hear him and his message. You remember that message that his mother said? Disabled doesn't mean unable. The farther Emmanuel rode, the more attention he got. Children cheered, able-bodied adults ran or rode along with him. People with disabilities left their homes and came outside, some for the very first time. Now I'm wondering, that sounds kind of odd, but I do remember earlier in the book that nobody would even give disabled people jobs in that country. So maybe they just stay inside. The young man once thought of as cursed was becoming a national hero. He completed his astounding journey, pedaling south to the sea and back up to Accra, nearly 400 miles in just 10 days. But Emmanuel's success goes even further than that. He proved that one leg is enough to do great things, and one person is enough to change the world. And on the author's note, it mentions that Emmanuel actually goes to schools. He has actually been to schools in the United States, and he shares his message that being disabled does not mean being unable. And with hard work, you can accomplish a lot. In fact, Emmanuel has even been to the White House. And he is still alive today, continuing to share his message to groups of people. And let's see, I think that's about it. Well, I hope you enjoyed the book. And Miss Hines and I both say hello, and we hope you're healthy and safe.